Hey everyone, have you ever had that feeling where you see some Chinese characters and they look like characters you know, but something just feels a little off, a little weird? Well, today we're going to talk about exactly why written Hakka can give people that very specific feeling.
Yeah, that's the one. It's this feeling of unfamiliarity, like you're looking at something through a frosted glass. You know it's a Chinese character, but it's just strange. If you've ever felt that, don't worry, you are definitely not alone.
Okay, so this whole weird feeling has actually been a pretty big deal. It's even made the news. Let's kick things off with a real story.
No, you're not reading that wrong. This question was literally asked in the legislature. Back in 2006, a lawmaker questioned the Minister of Education about why Huklo, that is Taiwanese, textbooks had so many rare characters. Now, even though the debate was about Taiwanese, the confusion behind it is exactly the same thing people feel when they see written Hakka.
So what's the answer? Honestly, it's so simple it's almost surprising. And it's the one thing people tend to forget. It's this. Mandarin and Hakka are fundamentally different languages.
Think about it like French and Spanish. They both use the Latin alphabet, but nobody thinks the French word oui is a weird version of the Spanish sí, right? They're just different words. Well, it's the same idea with Mandarin and Hakka. They share the same writing system, Chinese characters, but the vocabulary they're writing down belongs to two distinct languages. Looking at actual examples really makes it click. Check out this table, it's fascinating. In Mandarin, you say pao for to run, but in Hakka, you use the character zhou. But wait, in Mandarin, zhou means to walk, which in Hakka is hung. See? The same character can mean totally different things. So the key point here is that it's not just a handful of different words. To actually write a language properly, you have to use its own unique and correct set of characters. These characters you see here, these are everyday words in the Hakka world. For instance, pronounced guy, just means I or me. Hai refers to the act of carrying something on your shoulder. And hua is a wok, the pan you cook with. For Hakka speakers, these are absolutely essential. But in Mandarin, you could go your whole life without ever using them. And of course, it works the other way too. The situation is exactly the same. A lot of characters we take for granted in Mandarin just aren't used in Hakka. For example, Hakka doesn't typically use the character men to make things plural. And it doesn't use ma to ask a question. The language just has its own set of grammatical rules. Now this all builds up to a bigger idea. What we think out as weird is really just a matter of perspective. It's all relative. All right, let's look at a full sentence written in Hakka. Go ahead, try to read it. It expresses a complete thought, but you can see there are probably a few characters in there that feel pretty unfamiliar, right? So let me just ask you, if you only speak Mandarin, can you understand what this sentence is saying on the first try? It's a little tricky, isn't it?
If you can't read it, that's completely normal. In fact, it just proves the point we've been making. They are different languages. So that weird feeling you get comes from unfamiliarity, not from one language being right and the other being wrong. So after going through all of this, what does it all mean for people who speak Hakka or other non-Mandarin Sinitic languages?
It means that if you're a speaker of Hakka or any other native language, you should feel confident and proud to write in your own language, using your own correct characters. This is more than just writing. It's about identity and cultural heritage.
So please remember this. Using the characters of your own native tongue is not strange and it's not shameful. And to finish up, let's zoom out a little. Beyond Hakka, what other languages in your community are also going through this same process of rediscovering and reclaiming their own unique written forms? It's a really important trend worth keeping an eye on.